In today's video, we are reviewing the Hoka Rocket X3. Wait, what? Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video, we are reviewing the Diadora Gara Carbon. Not a Hoka shoe, but you will understand why the joke. This shoe was sent to us by Diadora, and you can find it on their website, diadora.com. I imagine it's available in Europe and in the US and in many other regions. Let's dive in directly. This shoe weighs 237 grams in my size US 11. Let's call it competitive. The Alpha Fly is 242, 241. So just below the Alpha Fly. The Vaporfly is around 210 to 15 in my size, Vaporfly 3. You know, this is in the right ballpark for a race day shoe. We have 39 or 40 millimeters of stack height in the heel. I haven't been able to confirm, but it feels like a 40 millimeters maxed out type of shoe. Here, 5 millimeters drop. And here you can see already the link, the comparison with the Rocket X2 that also has that same stack height, same drop. PIBA midsole, carbon fiber plates, and definitely a shoe that I think you need to have on your radar if you are looking for a racing shoe this year. Let's look quickly at the upper, and you have a Matrix upper. Matrix is a brand. It basically provides uppers for many different shoe manufacturers out there, Salomon, Hoka, and I guess others, which I don't have in mind right now. What they do basically is upper materials, engineered mesh with carbon yarns, for that reinforced structure and very prolonged durability. It's also very lightweight, quite pleasant against the foot, which is kind of counterintuitive when you think that it has some carbon yarns that you can see those black lines here. Very comfortable, nothing to complain about. And if the durability is good, then I think it's even a good thing. It's lightweight, it's breathable. You have two different structures, two different materials, a thinner one, more see-through like here on the side, and heel and forefoot seem to be a bit more reinforced, which also would make sense. The tongue itself is made of that midfoot material, so a bit lighter. On the very thin side of things, but there's definitely no lacing pressures. The laces are very good, reminiscent of the Vaporfly 3 Alpha Fly laces, textured, that have a very good feel to them and a very good, yeah, they just do the job very well. They do not unlace, which is very good. How's the fit? How's the length of the shoe? How's the width of the shoe? It's a true to size fit, running slightly long, and it has a bit too much volume unless you swap the insole. I'm going to show you the insole here in a second. So that's the stock insole, which as you can see is as flimsy as it gets. That's probably the flimsiest insole I've seen. Come on, Diadora, this is a $300 shoe. You can do something better here, especially because the rest is so good. It's like being so close to hitting a home run and actually missing it by a hair. Anyways, you can swap the insole and you can put something slightly thicker. This is going to provide you with an excellent fit, really excellent fit. I just put my, I tested a couple of insoles and one of them provided me with an excellent fit. The heel cup has a bolster going all around it, all around the collar. Very good lockdown. The tongue is not gusseted, but I don't see the need for it to be gusseted because the last in the midfoot and the shape of the last is just what I want for a racing shoe. Snug but not too snug, adjusted but not constricted. Very, very nice. Nothing, really nothing to complain about, except for the insole, but you can swap it, so that's good. Looking at the midsole, full PIBA midsole, 40 millimeters of stack height, 5 millimeters drop. It is, as you would expect from PIBA, super responsive, super reactive, super bouncy, very, very soft. Probably one of the softest PIBA midsoles I have tested. It's somewhere with the, and that's where my joke is coming from. Rocket X2 also had that very squishy, very soft type of midsole compound type of PIBA. Also reminiscent to a certain extent of the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 1. I don't know if you remember this shoe from 2021, I believe, but with more stack height. The Deviate Nitro Elite 1 was a bit lower in stack height, 36, 35 if I remember well. And here you definitely have more of it. You also can see that extended heel. So the geometry is actually quite flat. It doesn't have a very pronounced rocker, requiring you to push a bit more on your legs, especially at toe off. The toe spring is quite high, but the rocker starts at a later stage, thus making it a shoe that I believe works better for stride runners, people with a longer stride and that push a bit more on their legs at toe off. But that extended heel makes it also a very, very good shoe for heel strikers. And when I say very, very good shoe, I believe that today in my session, which was an 8x K session, I was heel striking a bit more, and not on purpose, just because it was so comfortable and so snappy to land on that heel, compress it, get that P-bar decompressing, returning the energy, and you transitioning, at least me transitioning to the forefoot and toeing off. So yes, super heel striker friendly, which is a good thing. 95% of the runners are heel strikers. It will nevertheless work super well also for midfoot and forefoot striker. It is a bit firmer in the forefoot by design, obviously, because that helps you to have something a bit more stable to push on. Yeah, overall, really appreciate that extended heel. Kind of a Clifton Edge. I don't know if you remember that shoe meant for faster descents. So yeah, very cool here. How does it ride? Well, like I said, it's everything you would expect from Piba. One thing that I think is a drawback for some people, or maybe a drawback for some people, is that dynamically that 5mm drop that you have as a static drop becomes more of a, you know, say 2-3mm, because you really compress the heel, and therefore you kind of annihilate the drop and make it a bit more flat. That means, and that's what I experienced today, but also on the run that I did a couple of days ago in this shoe, I tended to feel my calves a bit more. And when that's the case, I know myself, I know my body, I know that this is coming mostly from that dynamic drop that is created, that lower drop that is kind of pulling on my calves a bit more. And I know that this may be a drawback for some people. This is also the reason why I think this shoe, I mean, for me, it's a half marathon shoe. That's how I place it. If I were to race a marathon with it, which I honestly think I could, I would probably need to spend a bit more time in it just to make sure that I can handle it and that my lower legs can handle it. But this is definitely a premium racing shoe, and I will honestly already tell you that I think for me this is going to be a tier 1 shoe in the tier categories that I have in my head for super shoes. This is going to be with the with the big boys in tier 1, which is a great thing and kind of a surprise, if I'm being honest, for a company that never had a proper racing shoe, at least in my knowledge. So kudos Diadora, because I really had lots of fun in this shoe. This year, for me, there is the Alpha Fly 3 and the Diadora Gara, and that's kind of the top of the basket, and then you have other shoes underneath. So yeah, really good surprise. Very grippy outsole, again, super good surprise. The surfaces were quite wet today. This is not my shoe, by the way. This is the shoe of one of my colleagues at Meta Endurance. He will receive it in a couple of days, so I'm just using it because it's clean and easier to handle for the YouTube video. Mine is dirty and I have it there on the floor. Yeah, super grippy outsole, very good surprise as well. So, you know, if I summarize the drawbacks, that would be the insole that's super flimsy, that dynamic drop that is lower than the 5mm and therefore maybe not super friendly for your calves. And the price point, $300 to €90. Another good price point, if I'm being honest. I would pay it because I really see the value in this shoe, and I think it's a superb racing shoe. So I would pay it, but nevertheless, I think it's too much. Yeah, if you take the Vaporfly as a reference at $260 to €75, if I'm not mistaken, this is higher and therefore not super attractive. But yeah, you are paying also for a smaller brand that probably doesn't have the same production capacity and that needs to pay a bit more for smaller production batches. But that's not an excuse, and it's still too much money for this shoe. Because otherwise, I mean, at €260, I would just recommend you to buy it and try it, because it's superb and it's really good. I'm not paid to say it, by the way. This is not sponsored by Diadora. They probably will be happy about this review, but I guess this shoe will get many good reviews in the year to come. Let's link actually to the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 1. It's not a niche brand by any means, but this is a shoe that is in that ballpark. a bit higher in stack height. We could also link to the Rocket X2. Maybe we'll put the 2 videos on your screen. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.